Learn, practice, train. Hi, my name's Dave, and welcome to my daily journey through the Daily Stoic 366 Meditations on Wisdom, Perseverance, and the Art of Living by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hasselman. Today is May 19th. Learn, practice, train. That's why philosophers warn us not to be satisfied with mere learning, but to add practice and then training. For as time passes, we forget what we learned and end up doing the opposite, and hold opinions opposite of what we should. EPICTETUS, Discourses, 2.9:13-14. Very few people can simply watch an instructional video or hear something explained and then know how, backward and forward, how to do it. Most of us actually have to do something several times in order to truly learn. One of the hallmarks of martial arts, military training, and athletic training of almost any kind is the hours upon hours of monotonous practice. An athlete at the highest level will train for years to perform moments that can last mere seconds or less. The 2-minute drill, how to escape from a chokehold, the perfect jumper, simply knowing isn't enough. It must be absorbed into the muscles in the body. It must become a part of us, or risk losing it the second we experience stress or difficulty. It's true with philosophical principles as well. You can't just hear something once and expect to rely on it when the world is crashing down around us. Remember, Marcus Aurelius wasn't writing his meditations for other people. He was actively meditating for himself. Even as successful, wise, and experienced man, he was until his last days of his life practicing and training himself to do the right thing. Like a black belt, he was still showing up to the dojo every day to roll. Like a professional athlete, he showed up to practice each week, even though others probably thought it was unnecessary. Yeah, I like today's one, right? Because it's recognizing you can't just learn something, you can't learn anything just by watching a video and thinking, all right, I know how to do it. It takes that 10,000 hours and that continual training and learning about it and getting the muscle memory down, right? Even for me doing these videos, I've gotten that muscle memory of being able to wake up early. I've been a little lax this week, so I'm calling myself out on that, but I've developed that kind of skill where I still get up at 5:30 because I've trained that as a muscle memory, which I think is very important of especially having ADHD, of learning how to kind of train and master your ADHD. Particularly when it comes to muscle memory, and recognizing how you can rely on your muscle memory to help you kind of manage your ADHD. At least that's what I kind of do with it, especially for the morning routine that I do. Not perfect at it, but it's by staying consistent, it's developed that. Even when I was a chef, learning how to cut an onion or how to make a sauce properly, it requires hours and hours of training and practicing, messing up, and to become good at it. And it's now becomes instinctual. I even think of people who play video games, especially first-person shooters. Probably when they started, they were pretty crappy. Or you see these esports people, they train so much, right? How do you get good at something is what you put your time and attention into. So look at what you're actually doing and seeing, is that what I want to actually go towards my goals? Is that what I'm putting my time and attention into? Because that's what you'll end up becoming good at, right? So where your attention goes, where your mind goes, your attention flows. So what are you being mindful about? And continuing, especially even with, they were saying, with philosophy and Stoic training, right? This is not a listen to it once, but how do you practice it? How do you take these principles and apply them to daily situations so that you actually learn and it becomes a continual training, right? Like I said, Marcus Aurelius continued to meditate, continued to do his daily practices up into his death, right? He continued to do the work and continue to show up to train because it helps you feel better. You develop that it builds that routine and that sense of stability in life because you're now having that common goal of continuing to work to become better at something. Not necessarily trying to realize there's an end destination, but enjoying the journey and the process of the training, of developing the life that you want to live. And it can be hard, especially with ADHD, but you can achieve those levels. It's part of one of the things I kind of coach for my ADHD clients, is how to really kind of master and hold on to that. So like when you get through rough periods, or when you recognize them coming, you have the tools in place to handle them. Yeah, I think that's all I got for that. Like for me, like these videos are training to make better YouTube videos. I know, like, it's not the most boring or the most interesting of topics, but it's something I like to talk about. And learning how to produce better videos, learning how to get better. Like, Alex Mosey is saying, like, whenever you're going to start a new skill, you're going to suck at it. And it only takes putting in the hours. They say 10,000 hours to master any skill. So recognizing what those skills are, and like when you're starting something new, it's okay to fail. It's actually the best way to learn, is by failing over again, so you actually get it down. Learning it correctly and mastering the technique, right? From videos to sauces, to video games, to athletes, to business coaching and things like that, right? Like all it takes is the practice and the skill and going forward. Talking to people, like getting over social anxiety, handling your mental health. These are all things that can be trained and continue to work upon. That it's about the destination. It's not about the destination, but it's about the journey and learning to love the process of it. And that's how I think you kind of master, especially the training aspect of it. Because it can get like, oh, we watch it once, oh, that's cool, but then we don't apply it. It doesn't actually do much. It's only when we actually apply these kind of things into our daily lives do they really yield the results. Anyways, I think that's it for today's video. So thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget, if you missed a day, don't forget to check out one of the Daily Stoic videos there. If you're interested in my coaching, link will be in the video there as well, and in the description. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. But thank you again. I'll see you tomorrow, and you have a great, if not better, day.